We're on the way to Oregon right now. We just left about 20 minutes ago. Super excited. We gotta wake up early tomorrow to play tennis, and it's probably gonna be late when we get there, but we're gonna make the most out of it, have fun, get some good sleep, and then be ready to play tomorrow. All right, we arrived at the hotel. It's currently like 11:20. We got a team meeting, and then we play tomorrow morning at 8. Skull Vikes. All right, it's day 2. We played today. Woke up at 6, went and got breakfast, and it snowed. So we're not playing outside. All the matches are gonna be inside. That was a little surprise to wake up to, but you know, it's gotta go on. We play no matter what, so let's go. So obviously we were all super excited to get going and start playing tennis. And it wasn't even just the fact that we were going to play tennis. It was also, going to a different state with all your friends is super exciting. And it's very similar to how Crusoe was super excited to leave and start his own life. Um, it's also as someone who is a freshman in college and now I'm on my own for the first time in my life, it it's very similar. It makes me feel super independent to be able to go on a trip like this by myself without parents and really felt good, really similar to how Crusoe's experience was leaving. Um, but like I talked about a little bit, we also had to face a few challenges that first night. Um, we got there pretty late and stayed up a little bit too late. Didn't get too much sleep, which probably wasn't the best. But another thing was the night before we started playing, I was talking to one of our teammates, Garrett actually, and me and him decided to switch teams. So I would be on a higher ranked team, and that that was a little difficult because I went into the entire time knowing my team and thinking I'm going to be on a certain team, and then I get there and we decide to switch, which was our decision, but it did something mentally where it's like, okay, now I have to figure out who I'm riding with, where I'm playing, all this stuff. And it was very similar to how Anne felt when she could decide who to marry or decide who to go after, depending on how she felt and how that would benefit her life, which is kind of what I did. I chose to go and move up to the higher ranked team as a chance to help me improve by playing better players, but also hopefully to have a better chance at making it further into the tournament and doing the best that I possibly can while we're in Oregon. Another one of the obstacles that we had to face was the snow. We were not expecting it to snow. When we woke up the next morning and looked outside, everyone was surprised, and that kind of kind of got us excited because we hadn't seen snow in a while, but at the same time it was like, man, like that's kind of rough. We can't play outside, and we didn't know it yet, but the courts at Oregon State, the indoor ones were super cold. They were freezing, and so all the players that were playing there were all bundled up. And when you're playing a sport, you want to be warm, you want to be, ready to move. And when you're cold, you can't really do that. You're really stiff. So that was another kind of mental factor that the snow played in. But, we had to overcome these obstacles before we even started playing. You have to think about it as you're going to get through them and you're going to deal with them, which is exactly what we did. And um, my team played Washington State in the first game, and here are some clips of that. 3 love.
Good serve.
4 love.
Nice try. My bad, Ozzy.
You got it.
My bad, Ozzy.
Ooh, good try.
My bad, Ozzy. Oh, my bad, Ozzy.
No, you're.
Hey, we're good. Flush it. Flush it. Forget it.
15 all.
All right. First match is done. We lost as a team. Me and Ozzy played doubles and we lost 1-6. But it was a good match. Went to a deuce a lot of times. Really close. Mentally, I was good the whole time. Didn't get down on myself, which is good for me. Stayed up the whole time. Stayed up with Ozzy. And, looking forward to the next match. It was also played against WSU's number one team. So, that's just going to be a rough match, but looking forward to the next one.
So after that first match, I felt pretty solid mentally. Didn't get down on myself, didn't get upset too many times. But I think a part of that was because I played with um Ozzy, who is on the Western team, and I already knew, even though the team that we were on had four people that weren't from Western, I still played with him because we knew each other and we knew how each other played, and it was kind of the safe option. Um, but going into the next match, I'm going to play with Ishan, who's from UW, and it made me think about what kind of an impact the people that we're around can have on our emotions. And I realized going into this next game that I need to play with someone who, similar to me, gets really hyped and gets really into each and every point. And that has some of its benefits, which is when you're up and you're doing good and you're feeling good. But then it also has some downsides because when you mess up and when you play bad, then you're really down and you really feel bad about yourself. But um, s- talking about how the people that we're around can impact our emotions, Crusoe felt really lonely when he was on the island by himself, didn't have anyone to talk to, resorted to prayer a lot. And then when he met Friday and actually got to know Friday and got closer to Friday, he his mental state improved a lot because he had someone to talk to and someone to go out his entire stay on the island with. And I think that's very similar to how I felt going into the second match. I had Ozzy in the last match, but he didn't really share my emotion for the game. And so it kind of felt like I was alone out there. But Ishan shares that same emotion, and I think that made it a lot better for me to get into every point. Another way that people can impact our emotions is negatively, like I said, talking about Equiano's experiences when he is on the ship headed for America and he thinks that all the people around him are going to eat him. They those experiences negatively impacted his life and made him scared and nervous to be on the ship. more so than he was already because he got captured to be a slave, but he he had to overcome it and he had to deal with it, and I think that's the same thing for me. I The difference is I get to choose who I surrounded myself with. So I chose to surround myself with Ishan, who is going to share my emotions for the game. And hopefully that would make a better impact on not just our doubles match, but the team as a whole as well. So this next match, we play Portland State, and me and Ishan play as a doubles team.
All right, we're here. Time for our second match. It's 12 o'clock. We're playing PSU Black, I think. So hopefully it's going to be a good game. I'm playing doubles again with Ishan. And, we're just going to try to stay consistent, stay aggressive, and hopefully come out with a win. Come on, baby!
That's a big point right there.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Hey, we're good. Hey, we're good. We're good.
Right idea. That's the right idea right there, though.
I got impatient. Can't do that.
Nice shot.
Good post. Good post. That's on me. Yes, sir, baby. Come on. Let's go.
Switch.
That's just a good shot. That's just a good shot. That's
Yeah.
I'm there.
Switch. Push up, push up, push up.
Hey, we're good. Hey, we're good. Hey, that's a good point. You switch. Come on, let's go. Come on, baby, let's go. Come on. Hey, good idea. Hey, I like it. I like it. I like it. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Out. Go, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Good game. Good game, Jake.
Let's switch. Yeah, Jake.
Nice.
Great game.
Save him. Good game, man.
Let's go, baby. All right. Second game done. We lost as a team, but me and Ishan had a really good match. We were getting really hype, as you saw. Really good emotions. Really stayed up the entire game, which was really good. We lost as a team, which means that we are probably in the bronze bracket. So we won't play again today, but we'll play again tomorrow. So got to stay hype. We're going to support our other teammates and hopefully get going tomorrow.
So after the match against Portland State, we ended up losing as a team, but me and Ishan did get really hyped, really good emotions. Um, Helped keep each other up the entire time. Good job for both of us on um, reassuring the other person if they messed up, and still holding them up and making sure they don't get down on themselves. This is the part where we were unsure about which bracket we were going to get into and how exactly every other team did. during the tournament, so it was just kind of a waiting game at that point. But we ended up watching some of the other matches for our teammates from Western, and then we went back to the hotel. But this is probably where we probably could have made a few better decisions. We went out to have a team dinner at 11:30 at Buffalo Wild Wings and stayed there until around 1:30 in the morning. And that wasn't the best idea in itself, but before that we went swimming, which gets you really tired, and then after dinner we ended up partying a little bit back at the hotel. um I personally did not drink too much. I knew that I was going to play the next day, so I wanted to keep it at a minimum and not go too crazy because I wanted to be the best possible player I could be the next day. And but we did end up staying up late, and that wasn't the best decision. But in the books, we see how, decisions that may seem good in the moment end up hurting you later. Like Crusoe, when he decides that he wants to leave and go on all these voyages, and they seem like great ideas, great opportunities in the moment, but then they end up going wrong. Like he gets stuck in a storm, he gets stranded on the island, of course. So those kinds of decisions can really impact your mentality because you know that you're the one who made them, and you can't really blame others for that mistake. Another example is Anne when she didn't marry uh, Whitworth for the first time. She ended up regretting that, and again, your decisions can just impact your mental state, especially when you know you could have made the right decision, but you didn't, and now you're in a certain situation. So it's just rough to get over, but we knew we had to work through it. We ended up waking up at 6 o'clock the next morning, so did not get uh, any sleep at all. And it was for the most important matches, which were the bracket matches. So from here on out, we're actually in the bracket play. Um, Sadly, I did not get any video of the first match from the bracket. I do have a couple videos of us cheering on teammates as they won, but we did end up winning the first match of the bracket, which was really good. We played OSU, and then we had to go straight away, like no break, no nothing, straight into playing Washington State again. But this time it was their number one team, so we knew it was going to be a good match. And here's some of that.
All right, we're back. Day 2. We're playing in the bracket now. We're in the silver bracket, which is better than we thought we were going to be. We play against OSU's C team today. We're going to get started pretty soon here. Feeling ready, feeling pumped up. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but, that's okay. We're still going to work through it. We're still going to grind out the points, try as hard as we can. Hopefully we can pull out with the win and work our way up to that championship, baby. Let's go.
Yours. Oh fuck! Switch. My bad. Nah, I should. It's coming to me. It's coming to me. Okay. All good, all good. Okay. You got this. Big serve, big serve. Let's go! Come on! Let's go!
Good point.
Leave it. Let's go. All good, all good. Oh! All good, all good. Good effort, good effort. Oh! It's clean. Keep hitting those serves in. Oh, that's good effort. That was good effort, though. Oh, let's go. Leave out. Let's go. That's that big return right there. Holy fuck, bro. Let's go. Fuck. Don't sell this fucking game. Two big serves, right? Yours. I should have approached more. I should have approached more. My bad. Leave it. Out. Let's go. Yours. Fuck. Okay, that was a good point. That was a good point, though. Fuck.
So me and Nishan did end up winning that last match. It was a really good match. It was really close. We knew it was going to be close the whole time because we had watched those guys play before and we knew they were good. So we knew it was going to be a rough match and we just stuck it out and played the best we could and we ended up coming out with a win. We did lose as a team, but one of the most important takeaways for me was seeing how I reacted to us losing as a team because I wasn't upset, I wasn't frustrated. I was just okay with how I played. I was satisfied with what I did. And sometimes when you're in a team setting, all you can do is try to play as best as you can and know that you did your best. And in some situations like this one, it just happens to be that it relies on how other people play. So, um, it's interesting for me because if I was the one that would have lost, I would have been a lot more frustrated, especially because, as you saw, that match, the emotions were heightened. There was a lot of really ups and a lot of really lows. Like the one clip where I hit the net and I yelled. The mic audio did cut out for the last couple of clips, but I put subtitles there so you could see what I said. Um, and the other thing is, college tennis is very different than high school or professional tennis. College tennis, there's a lot more yelling, as you heard, and other other levels of tennis are a lot more based on sportsmanship and respect and respecting the game, and college tennis a little less so. So any other situation, any other level, if I would have hit the net like that and yelled like I did, I could have possibly gotten a warning or a point penalty or even lost the match. So, knowing that I do need to work on keeping that in sometimes. Um, but one of the most important things in that match was that I always gave it my all, my 100% every single time. Even if a ball was so far away that I knew I couldn't get to it, I still tried to run for it. And I think not only in sports, but in all aspects of life, that's one of the things that we all need to do. Even if you think something is impossible, you need to run after it. You need to go after it and try your hardest to complete it. Going 100% like that, like I said, can have its upsides. You feel accomplished and you want something so bad that you are willing to do anything to do it. And I personally have a reputation with trying to try almost too hard in a match to the point where I hurt myself. I have dove for balls on the concrete courts before and scraped up my legs, and I've played through injuries that maybe I shouldn't have just because I thought I had a chance to win the game. So there are some aspects where it's important to maybe take a step back and say, okay, maybe this isn't my game to win. Maybe this isn't my time, but pretty soon I'll have another opportunity. And I think that's similar to something Crusoe should have done. Crusoe had an idea in his head of what he wanted to do with his life, and he went out and put 100% into that. And it ended up hurting him for a little bit when he was stranded on the island and he thought to himself, like, man, this is it. I'm stuck on an island. And he was really down emotionally and mentally. And, but the thing is, he worked through that and he worked his way into creating a life that was better than the one that he lived at home. And I think it's important to see that and to understand, yes, maybe sometimes it's important to take breaks, but you'll never know what possibly could have happened if you don't go 100%. And that's why I'm a big advocate for going 100% all the time on everything you do. Um, Another part of the last match that was important was for me, I didn't get upset that we lost as a team. And I think part of that was because I'm not the one who lost. It was my teammates who lost their matches, which I can't blame everything on them. But I think situations like that help me because I'm more understanding of other people losing than myself. I really get down on myself and I really get frustrated with myself if I'm the one who loses and if I'm the one who had a chance to maybe put us into the next round, into the final, and I didn't. So I think it was good for me to play with teammates, especially people that I didn't know, and I wasn't as upset about it. So overall, situations that we find ourselves in can often impact our emotions, but it's really important to not let our emotions, especially our heightened emotions, get the best of us and take control over our lives and impact what we decide to do in these certain situations. Every character in the books was given an obstacle, was given a situation, and they had to overcome that situation and work towards what they really wanted in the end. And it's the same way for my matches. I was given obstacles. I switched into a different team. I, had to deal with playing with different people that I didn't know, and I overcame all of that and figured out a way to try to play the best I could. And on top of all of just the tennis stuff, I had to deal with I was working really hard to get videos of every match. And so I would have to talk to people and say, hey, can you video this match? And make sure I was doing that every time. And just every other thing that happens in our lives has a big impact on us. And it's so important to keep our eyes on what we want and what we strive to be in life and keep working towards that no matter what life throws our way.